FatLogic, Episode 3. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Lola, and this is another episode of FatLogic. The way this works is I select a few posts from obese people seemingly belonging to fat acceptance or health at every size movements, and I react to them. Also, sometimes I have to change my voice as I read those posts just to match the level of ridicule of those posts. If you want more content from this channel, then consider subbing and smash that notification bell so that you won't miss anything. Alright, let's beast it. Before, hated my body. After, love it. Hot tip. Posting weight loss photos shows us which bodies you value, no matter how #body positive your caption sounds. If you don't want us to believe thinner is better, then stop reinforcing that message under the guise of self-love. Before I dive in, I have a question. Is it fat-phobic to lose weight? Alright, before and after pictures are about nobody but the person posting those pictures. People who post their before and after pictures, they do so because they are proud of themselves. They are proud of their journey to weight loss. Before they were obese, and obviously they didn't like themselves in that obese body. In the before picture, they were unhealthy, they were obese, they recognized that and they did something about it. In the after pictures, they're healthier. They are proud of the work they put into that journey from obese to a healthier body. And they did so because they love themselves, they love their bodies. That's what self-love is. Self-love is loving yourself inside and out. Self-love is loving your body enough to want it healthier. So if before and after pictures bother you, it's probably because you already know that you are not healthy. And that's just another reminder of your situation. And you just don't want to face that truth and prefer instead hide behind the hatred for other people doing the work that you refuse to do for yourself. Before and after pictures are not about you. Plus, that's what body positive is about, not fat glorification. And it's not about forcing you to believe that thinner is better. But for people who choose to be thinner, that's a choice they make. Don't impose your choice of remaining obese and unhealthy on everybody else. Your choices are yours to make. Everybody else's choices are theirs to make. People who choose to become thinner realize that obesity is bad. Fat is bad. Fat can kill you. They want to live longer. They want to appreciate life with their loved ones longer. That's why they chose to become healthier. And by doing so, they lose some weight. Because again, that much fat can kill you. That much fat will kill you faster. Teen privilege is not having to spend an hour every morning exposing yourself to images and writings that are positive about bodies like your own in order to combat the hundreds of negative images and writings you will be exposed to the rest of the day just so your self-esteem can survive. Teen privilege is being able to pick up any popular magazine or watch any television show and see people who have bodies similar to your own wearing clothes you could wear. Alright, there's a lot to unpack from this post. If you have to spend an hour in front of the mirror every single morning to boost your self-esteem and prepare yourself to get out of your house, then you have some issues. And you should see a doctor for that. No, seriously, I'm not making fun. You should see a doctor for that. Because if your self-esteem is reliant on the outside world, yeah, please call your doctor. Also, What do you mean? Teen privilege is watching television shows where people have bodies similar to your own. In that case, I would say my own. Wearing clothes that I would want to wear. Okay, I'm not sure who you call teen and who you don't. But in my case, I have broad and muscular shoulders. I have a very tiny waist and I have very muscular legs. No, the regular gens don't look like me. Do I complain that I don't see people looking like me? No, I did that to myself. I chose to be muscular. You choose to remain obese. Okay, I don't know how you became obese to begin with, and I'm not going to assume I do, but you chose to stay obese. You are choosing every single day to stay obese. That's a choice that you make every single day. If there are some clothes that you want to wear but can't because of the size of your body, that's on you. That's not on anyone else. Also, if you want to wear a particular type of clothing, go for it. No one is stopping you from doing so. Of course, it's not going to look like someone wearing the same clothes but who's thinner than you are. But don't stand there and blame everybody else for their problems, because you put yourself in your situation. You and only you have the power to change that. You just refuse to. So if you want to look like the people in Popular magazine or any television show, again, you can do this. You just have to make up your mind about losing some fat. You want to be thinner? It's not going to happen overnight. You have to work towards it. And before you even start, you have to want it, which we already know you don't. Never trust a doctor who keeps insisting you lose weight and keeps trying to force you to diet, despite you telling them that your excess weight is just excess muscles. I did not read that right. Let's read that again slower and with a normal voice. Never trust a doctor who keeps insisting you lose weight and keeps trying to force you to diet, despite you telling them that your excess weight is just excess muscle. Karen, get out of here. Your excess weight is excess muscles? No, just no. A pound of muscle and a pound of fat, though they both weigh the same, the pound of muscle is denser. And because muscles are denser than fat, it may seem like the pound of muscle may be heavier than the pound of fat, even though they're equally the same in terms of weight. But here's the thing, Karen. Muscle is firm, fat is jiggly. If you have any rolls on your body, that's fat. This is an example of what 300 pounds of muscle look like. If your body is not as firm, I'm sorry, that's fat. Furthermore, why do you go to a doctor if you don't trust them then? Stay home, because it doesn't make sense. You obviously go to a doctor because you need help from them. Why would you go to a doctor if you refuse to accept the help that they're willing to provide to you? Never trust a doctor? What? The doctor is here to help you. If you don't want that help, don't go to any doctor. No one is forcing you to go to any doctor, but you cannot go to a doctor and tell them how to do their jobs. Unless, of course, you went through the same training as they did and you clearly notice that they're doing something wrong that you want to correct. Else, you're not qualified. Oh, another doctor post. Don't go to a doctor that prescribes a diet for your blood pressure. Would a skinny person have to go on a diet? Request the same treatment. Stand up for your rights. This is ridiculous. The level of ignorance in this post is blatant. Would a skinny person go on a diet? Yes. If someone is underweight, yeah, a doctor will put them on a diet to gain some weight. Diet doesn't mean fat loss or weight loss. Diet is diet. Diet is anything we eat. People don't choose a particular type of diet just for the purpose of losing weight. You can adapt your diet to suit any goals that you have. If you want to gain weight, you can adjust your diet for that. If you want to lose weight, you can adjust your diet for that. If you want to gain muscles, you can adjust your diet for that. So yeah, a skinny person will go on a diet. We all are on diets. A doctor that puts you on a diet, if you're obese, they're giving you the same treatment that a skinny person will get. If your blood pressure is high, it doesn't really matter if you're skinny or obese. Your diet is going to be adjusted to address that blood pressure. I'm leaving this group now. I'm upset that I see some posts where a person wishes for a smaller body and others pile on her with shaming. I think shaming is unacceptable regardless of where it's coming from. If someone is having a hard time accepting her body, it won't help her to shame her for feelings. This is actually a very good post. I assume this person was part of a fat acceptance or body positive or health at every size group, and they just got fed up of the hypocrisy that they saw in that group. What she's saying is very true, and I addressed it in this video right here. Fat shaming is never okay. Shaming in any way is never acceptable. If you go after someone and pick something that you deliberately know will hurt them, and you use it to shame them, I'm sorry, but you're an asshole. And this post shows the hypocrisy of those body positive, fat acceptance, health at every size movement. Because as mentioned by this person in their post, if someone is having a hard time accepting her body, it won't help her to shame her for feelings. People do what they want with their bodies. If someone is not okay with their bodies, it is up to them to change what it is that they're not okay with. In this case, I would assume that the person is not okay with being obese or overweight and wants to do something about that. And because she does, she's being shamed for wanting to be thinner. Do you see where I'm trying to go here? Those people of fat acceptance, healthy at every size, and similar movement, they're not about all those things. Their agenda is accept fat and stay fat. If you deviate from that, then you become a bad person. I covered that in this video here. As long as you choose to remain fat or become fatter and fatter, as fat as you can possibly become, oh, everybody in those movements, they're happy with you. You're not allowed to mention that your weight is at risk. You're not even allowed to recognize it. And that's why those movements are dangerous. That's why I will always speak against those movements, because they're killing people, and that's not right. But this post didn't finish there. Here's the answer to that post. Wishing for a smaller body is fatphobic though. Point made. Teen privilege is going to anywhere with arms on chairs, movies, airplanes, workspaces, doctor's office, stadiums, restaurants, places with aisles, bathroom stalls, amusement parks, and being able to move around easily and freely without giving it a second thought. Okay, let's dissect this post a little at a time. Movies, airplanes, workspaces, doctor's office, stadiums. These are places where you're supposed to be comfortable. Except for the workspace, in that list, the other places, you pay for comfort. If someone pays a ticket or someone pays to have a seat of their own and enjoy every single bit of that seat, how fair is it that someone else has to come and enjoy a little bit of the space that they paid, that other person did not? How fair is it? If I pay for a plane ticket, it's because I want my seat to myself. It's a ticket for myself. That's it, not for anyone to use that space with me. You may not find it fair, but we're paying the same thing. When you go to the movies, it's to be comfortable watching the movie that you're going to watch. When you're going into an airplane, it's to enjoy your flight as much as possible and as comfortable as possible in the seat that you paid for. Same when you go to a stadium or a doctor's office. Besides, those armrests on chair, you should even be thankful they are there, because breaking news, they are there to help people with lesser mobility to move better. Do an experiment. Take a chair, preferably with armrest, and sit on it. Try to get up without using the armrest at all. Just you, your body, get up. Now sit down and do it again. But this time, as you get up, push on the armrest. Which one is easier? Teen privilege is going to restaurants. As far as I know, many restaurants now have booths. Yes, booths to accommodate people of bigger body sizes. If you cannot fit in those booths, is it the restaurant's fault? No, it is your own fault. Teen privilege is going to bathroom stalls. Okay, maybe. For your defense, some bathroom stalls are very small even for thinner people. But newer buildings have bigger bathroom stalls. So if you cannot fit in a bathroom stall, what about the one for disability? Because those usually, and as far as I know, they are larger to accommodate people on wheelchair, for instance. Teen privilege is going to places with aisles. How big are you if you cannot fit in aisles? Like, for instance, in grocery stores, those aisles are usually large enough. If you can't fit there, again, that is on you. You have to do something about it. Teen privilege is going to amusement parks. Okay, this is not teen privilege. Going into an amusement park is privilege, full stop. Amusement parks have restrictions, and that is for the safety of people getting on them. They have restriction for height, they have restriction for size, and that's for safety purpose. If you want to go to an amusement park and actually get on any rides, you have to meet those requirements. You have to lose some weight. Don't blame other people for your problem. Don't ask that people change all the rules just to accommodate you. You are the one who should do something about it. Nothing revolves around you. You want to go on a ride in an amusement park? Then you have to fit the requirements for that ride. If you don't meet the requirements, you won't ride. It's the same with children. If a child is not old enough or tall enough, they won't ride either. Teen privilege is being able to move around easily and freely without giving it a second thought. The reason why you have difficulties moving around is because of your own doing. You let yourself become so fat that it impaired your mobility. No one else did that. You did that to yourself. So how about you own your doing and take some responsibilities? Take some responsibilities and do something about it. Lose some weight. Lose some fat. This is what Disney princesses would look like if they had realistic proportions. Sally, I stopped you right there. First of all, Disney princesses are cartoons. They don't exist. Plus, are you really implying that if they were in real life, they would be overweight? How? Let's take Ariel for instance. Ariel spends her days swimming. Keyword swimming. So with that much swimming, how would she become obese? Mulan is a warrior. She went to war. She went to the army. With that much exercising to prepare for war, how would she become obese? Pocahontas, she runs around in nature freely and probably hunts her food. Again, keywords, run. With that much running that she does, how would she become obese? So Sally, stop trying to ruin children's childhood with your insecurities. Leave Disney princesses out of it. Plus, if your level of insecurity is such that a cartoon triggers you, I have bad news for you. You have issues, and those issues need to be checked by a doctor. Please have yourself checked. What are your thoughts on this post? Do you agree or disagree with any of them? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any similar posts that you'd like me to react to here, please send them via email or Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe if you're new. And as usual, if you have a topic that you'd like me to cover, also comment below. Thank you for watching and see you soon.